Alicia, we're looking at what some experts are referring to as a perfect storm, potentially. That means we see the data already in place, that there are record numbers of hate, race-based, anti-gay, anti-Semitic incidents and propaganda, distribution of flyers by organized groups out there. Then we come across intelligence reported by Vice News just this week that the Boogaloo Boys, who we thought really had been suppressed by FBI efforts after one of the Boogaloo Boys killed 2 law enforcement officers, this heavily armed, violent, insurrectionist group, anti-government group, now looks like it's been on Facebook for quite some time in subgroups that are planning violence, even teaching sniper training, how to construct ghost guns that can't be detected, and lots of rhetoric about the search on Mar-a-Lago, anti-government, we're going to war. Even reports that Boogaloo Boys have been in Ukraine learning how to fight to come back to the streets of America. Now, combine that with the upcoming potentially tense presidential election, potentially indictments of former President Donald Trump, and we're looking at the potential for violence on the streets, particularly from the Boogaloo Boys.
I just got to ask you, Frank, as someone who has been on the inside watching, tracking these groups, I mean, how is it possible that they were flying below the radar?
Well, I'm glad you asked, because the Vice News reporters, before they published their report, went to Meta, also known as Facebook, and said, what say you about what we have found in these groups hiding in subgroups on Facebook? And then and only then did Facebook take action to get rid of those groups. So the statement out of Meta corporate was, look, they are fighting a war with us right now. This is adversarial turf on Facebook and subgroups, and they're changing their subgroup names by one letter, and it's playing whack-a-mole, essentially. So you can imagine if Facebook is having that difficulty, can you imagine the difficulty law enforcement is having trying to track these folks and where they're planning whatever it is they're planning?
First to the White House and NBC's Ali Rafa with more on former Vice President Mike Pence's pretty fiery comments about Donald Trump. So, Ali, welcome. What did he say?
Former Vice President Mike Pence not mincing words in a speech overnight, delivering his most blistering comments yet about his former boss and his role in the January 6th attack on the Capitol, saying, quote, President Trump was wrong. I had no right to overturn the election, and his reckless words endangered my family and everyone at the Capitol that day. And I know that history will hold Donald Trump accountable. His criticism coming as the former president tries to carve his way back to the White House, making his 2024 Iowa debut Monday on the heels of his likely top primary rival's first appearance in the same state. Florida Governor Ron DeSantis still not officially in the race, promoting his book in stump-style speeches Friday while taking swipes at both President Biden and his Republican predecessor. While Mr. Trump makes his pitch nearly 1,000 miles away in New York, his former attorney Michael Cohen will testify before a grand jury investigating hush money payments he made on behalf of the then 2016 candidate to former adult film star Stormy Daniels. Mr. Trump denies any wrongdoing and says he never had an affair. All of this coming as New York prosecutors signal a possible indictment soon in the ongoing probe into his business affairs, inviting him to testify before a grand jury next week. The former president hoping his legal perils don't hurt his chances politically after new polling shows a still strong but slipping hold on Iowa Republicans.
We're taking you backstage at the Oscars.
Okay, so imagine this. You've just won an Academy Award. Congratulations. You give your acceptance speech, you step off stage here at the Dolby Theater. Where do you go next? Well, just steps from that stage is this room, the Rolex Green Room, and it's very exclusive. Presenters, performers, and winners, and that's it.
So let's go back to 2019. Lady Gaga walks off stage with an Oscar, and if she needs a moment where cameras aren't allowed, she strides into this room. Inside, comfortable furniture, fantastic floral arrangements, oh yeah, and food from Wolfgang Puck. In addition to the past hors d'oeuvres, water and champagne will be served. And oh, if these walls could talk following presenters, performances, and wins. But perhaps thankfully for some, they can't. Come the big night, the only non-celebrity speaking within these walls are the producers tasked with finding the stars and getting them in position. This room is the last stop before hitting the stage and maybe the first stop after a life-changing moment.
And for more of our Oscars coverage, head to usatoday.com/entertainment. Here backstage at the Dolby Theater in Hollywood for USA Today's entertainment.
Saturday Night Live hit the red carpet for the 95th Annual Academy Awards, where security was the center focus following last year's infamous slap by Will Smith. Entertainment hosts welcomed the new head of security for the award show, along with several new safety measures.
Notoriously calm and sane person, Mike Tyson.
This year, all the nominees have been given tasers. All the seat fillers have been given guns.
An actor from one of the Best Picture nominations surprised the red carpet host, but as always, a twist that only this sketch show could pull off.
We are joined by the one and only Tom Cruise.
Hello. Hi.
You're not fooling anyone.
Yeah, except I did, and now I'm in Congress.
Wednesday star Jennaortega hosted for the first time the youngest host of season 48.
A lot of people assume that I'm dark and twisted in real life because of these roles that I play. I think there's just something about my face where people see it and they're like, hey, let's throw blood on that.
English pop rock band The 1975 took the stage as the night's musical guest.
A Fox Business alert. Silicon Valley Bank. Clients lining up outside their bank, desperate to get their money back, as the startup-focused lender became the largest bank to fail since the 2008 financial crisis. The collapse is familiar to our next guest, who was among a handful of industry leaders called upon by the government in 2008 to help save Lehman Brothers. Former chairman and CEO of UBS Americas, Robert Wolf, also served as an economic advisor to President Obama. He joins us now. Robert, thank you for joining us.
Thank you, Joey.
Listen, when something that may be simple to you but is complicated to a lot of us happens, it's good to have someone on who can really explain it to us. So in more simple terms, how did this bank fail, and do we need to worry about other banks having the same problem?
Yeah, I'm going to make it very simple. So people deposit money, and then the banks invest that money. Silicon Valley Bank did what you should not be doing. They took people's money and they invested in risky assets and long-term assets. Even if it was treasuries, the idea that it was longer term made it more risky because there was a mismatch of what we'll call maturities. What happens is, after Silvergate, which was the crypto bank last week that closed up, people got nervous of Silicon Valley Bank. If you looked at their stock, it went from 40 billion to under 20 billion in a year. But their assets grew from 100+ billion to 200 billion. So as they're growing, their capital base is shrinking. So people got nervous and started taking out their deposits. What happens? They have to sell some of their assets. They sold it at a loss. And when they announced that loss, people got nervous and there became what we'll call a run on the bank. Lines of people trying to get their money out. They didn't have enough cash to fulfill those obligations that immediately. And then all of a sudden, what happens? The regulator, which in this is the FDIC, the Federal Deposit Insurance Company, comes in and they close the bank, take it under receivership, and now there'll be an orderly liquidation. And what I want to tell people, I know because of social media, which we didn't have during the Lehman crisis, this is viewed as unbelievable. Yes, this is a harsh time, but this is nothing like Lehman. Lehman was a contagion that spread across the globe. This is nothing like that. This is definitely going to cause a lot of anxiety. That being said, I believe one of two things will happen. One, either someone's going to come in over the weekend, like a JP Chase, and buy Silicon Valley Bank, because this is a great bank to buy. It's very unique with these type of venture companies that you'll be able to bank. Or number two, the FDIC is going to do something they never really do. FDIC insurance, I'm sorry to prolong it, is only insured up to $250,000.
Yeah.
But there's enough coverage here to give all the depositors 50 to 75% of their money immediately.
As long as 2 or 3 or 4 other banks haven't made the same mistakes. And can you predict, real quickly with just a few seconds left, can you predict that there are other banks with the same vulnerabilities?
I don't think there are other banks with the same vulnerabilities. That being said, people are going to look at some of the regional banks and they're going to be nervous and they're going to put their money in money center banks because they're safer.
Yeah.
I mean, this is what happens and when there's a run on a bank. It doesn't happen that often. Last one was in 2008.
Well, the big banks they're not foolproof either, and I hope that people still invest in those small local banks in their local communities.
I agree.
Robert Wolf, thank you for being with us.
Thanks for letting me chat here today.
Absolutely. Thanks for explaining it.
I'm Steve Ducey.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.
La La Land.
Navigating the unexpected goes hand in glove with hosting duties, like the Best Picture mix-up in 2017.
This is not a joke. Moonlight has won Best Picture.
There have been many unforgettable moments at the Oscars over the years, from Roberto Benigni's spirited celebration to Jennifer Lawrence tripping on her way up to accept an award.
You guys are just standing up because you feel bad that I fell.
But perhaps none more shocking than in 2022.
I'm out here. Richard. Oh, wow. Wow.
After the camera stopped rolling on the 94th Oscars, everyone was talking about the slap, even after Will Smith resigned from the Academy and issued apologies.
Chris, I apologize to you.
The Academy released a decision stating the board has decided for a period of 10 years from April 8th of 2022, Mr. Smith shall not be permitted to attend any Academy events or programs.
The caveat to that is that he still can be nominated for a film, and he still can win for a film that he is nominated for. He just wouldn't be able to attend the ceremony itself.
But the repercussions are still reverberating 1 year later. While Smith's latest movie, Emancipation, was touted by some as possible awards contender, it did not receive a single nomination.